Tracy over here has got the shovel in her hand, and she's smiling for y'all. Right down here, we have a bunch of rhubarb growing next to some horseradish, and we like to dig up a couple of rhubarb cuttings. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you what we're looking at first. So here's a nice crown of a rhubarb here, coming off of the root, which is running from the main plant here. And then just beyond it, over here, there is also another piece coming up off that same bit of root. So that's the part that we're going to remove for transplanting. So just going to put the shovel in there against the main plant. Put her foot on it. That sounds like the sound. What do you think? Did that do it, huh?
I think so.
Okay, good. All right, so that should have separated our plant from the main crown. Now we're going to come to the side and step down going into the soil. And then lift. That's looking pretty good. I think that's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So we got another one down there yet? Yeah, there's one more plant, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go after the next one. It's not important to get a lot of root. It's just important to get a little bit of the crown and the rhizome there. It'll re-root once we've repotted. Super. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is remove the extra leaves, because this will transplant much better if we don't have a whole lot of foliage on top. Now if it was winter time, we were doing this while the rhubarb was dormant, then we ordinarily would not have leaves. It's summer and we're going to do this work with the leaves on top, but we're going to force the rhubarb to have to make new roots and make new leaves. I'd leave it just down to that one little one there, okay. Trace, okay? Yeah, because the stalks are so long, you know, that they'll just make it fall out of the can. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. That's exactly what I'd like to see. All right, let's do one more. Okay, so we got one more here. It's a little bit smaller than the other one. You see, we've got one single crown on top, which is just what we want to see. If you got too many crowns on the top, you can get too many leaves come up in the pot. Go ahead, yeah, take it off. All right, another perfect cutting. Alrighty, so now we're going to adjust the soil level in these pots so that the rhubarb cutting will set at about the right level in the container, so that the bud and the leaf eye come right to the surface of the soil. And that looks pretty good. That'll work. Yeah, that one. A little more soil, just a little bit more. Jack it up some so it doesn't settle in there too much. Alrighty, there we go. So now we got the placement right. We're just laying them in there on their sides so they'll balance well. Now we're going to add a little bit of an all-purpose organic fertilizer. This is a starter fertilizer would work. Time release like Osmocote or Nutricote will work. This is an organic all-purpose plant food. It's going to work just fine too. So Tracy sprinkled a little bit of the stuff in there, and now she's going to go ahead and just fill the rest of the container up with earth. So now Tracy's positioned the cuttings in the soil so that the back end of the cutting, or that is the root end, is tipped downwards towards the bottom of the pot, leaving the leafy end tipped upwards towards the top of the soil. That works with a lot of plants. Iris, for instance, that's the way you do it. You put the bud up. Water lilies, same thing. Rhubarb, no exception. Put the bud up, root down. That'll anchor the root better in the pot so it doesn't shift around. This is really simple stuff, but we're going to do the video for your benefit just in case there's somebody out there today that needs to know how to transplant their rhubarb. Rhubarb is always making too many crowns, and so the patches do need to be thinned periodically. I recommend every 3-4 years you go in and just dig up a rhubarb patch, move it around, and that'll give you so much propagation that you'll probably end up having to find friends or a flea market or something, have a rhubarb garage sale to get rid of all the cuttings. A lot of people love rhubarb, so it probably shouldn't be too much trouble getting rid of rhubarb. Other than that, I suppose don't try to compost it. Trust me, this stuff will come back up out of a compost heap. It's a native of Siberia. This plant will grow in all states of the Union, with the exception maybe of the absolute worst deserts like Death Valley, but otherwise, just about anywhere this stuff will grow. All the way up through Canada, into Alaska, and it will also grow out of the side of your compost heap if you throw the debris in there without grinding it. All right. That's about all there is to it. We're going to go ahead and put some water on this now to hose right there to settle the soil down. When you're done planting, always make sure that you thoroughly water your containers afterwards. That will help eliminate dry soil. It'll get rid of air pockets and settle the earth down around your cuttings, because air is your enemy when it comes to transplanting cuttings like that. All right. Happy strawberry rhubarb pie. Good gardening.